inertia of prices. In this sense, even the statement that the closing price from the starting point for transactions of the next market may be accepted if it understood in the sense suggested above. If the general conditions that determined yesterday's price have altered but little during the night, today's price should be but little different from that of yesterday, and in practice it does not seem incorrect to make yesterday's the starting point. Nevertheless, there is no causal connection between past and present price as far as the relative exchange ratios of economic goods, not including money, are concerned. The fact that the price of pearls was high yesterday cannot be of the smallest significance. As far as today's price is concerned, we need only think of the effect upon the price of alcoholic drink that would follow a general triumph of the prohibition movement. Anybody who devotes attention to market activities is daily aware of alterations in the exchange ratios of goods, and it is quite impossible for anybody who is well acquainted with economic phenomena to accept a theory which seeks to explain price changes by a supposed constancy of prices. It may incidentally be remarked that to trace the determination of prices back to their supposed inertia, as even Westnet in his pleadings for this assumption is obliged to admit, is to reside at the outset in the hope of explaining the ultimate cause of price, and to be content with explanation from secondary cause. It must unreservedly be admitted that an explanation of the earliest form of exchange transaction that can be shown to have existed, a task to the solution of which the economic historian has so far contributed but little, would show that the force that counteracts certain changes in price were once stronger than they are now. But it must positively be denied that there is any sort of connection between those early prices and those of the present day. Thus, if there really is anybody who believes it's possible to maintain the assertion that the exchange ratios of economic goods, not the money prices that prevailed today on the German stock exchange, are in any sort of causal connection with those that were valid in the days of Hermann on Barbarossa. If on the exchange ratios of the past were erased from human memory, the process of market price determination might certainly become more difficult, because everybody would have to construct a new scale of valuations for himself. But it would not become impossible. In fact, people the whole world over are engaged daily and hourly in the operation from which on price results the decision as to the relative significance enjoyed by specific quantities of goods at conditions for the satisfaction of wants. It is so far as the money price of goods are determined by monetary factors that a historically continuous component is included in them, without which their actual level could not be explained. This component, too, is derived from exchange ratios, which can be entirely explained by reference to the subjective valuation of the individual taking part in the market, even though these valuations were not originally grounded upon the specifically monetary utility alone of the goods. The valuation of money by the market can only start from a value possessed by the money in the past, and this relationship influences the new level of the objective exchange value of money. The historically transmitted value is transformed by the market without regard to what has become its historical content, but it is not merely the starting point for today's objective exchange value of money. It is an indispensable element in its determination. The individual must take into account the objective exchange value of money as determined in the market yesterday, before he can form an estimate of the quantity of money that he needs today. The demand for money and the supply of it are thus influenced by the value of money in the past, but they in their turn modify this value until they are brought into equilibrium. 4. The applicability of the marginal utility theory of money. Demonstration of the fact that search for the determinant of the objective exchange value of money always leads us back to a point where the value of money is not determined in any way by its use as a medium of exchange, but solely by its other function, prepares the way of developing a complete theory of the value of money on the basis of the subjective theory of value and its peculiar doctrine of marginal utility. Until now, the subjective school has not succeeded in doing this. In fact, among the few of its members who have paid any attention at all the problem, there have been some who have actually attempted to demonstrate its insolubility. The subjective theory of value has been helpless in face of the task here confronting it. There are two theories of money which, whatever else we may think of them, must be acknowledged as having attempted to deal with the whole problem of the value of money. The objective theories of value succeeded in introducing a formerly unexceptionable theory of money in their system, which deduces the value of money from its cost of production. It is true that the abandonment of this monetary theory is cost of production. It is true that the abandonment of this monetary theory is not merely to be ascribed to those shortcomings of the objective theory of value in general which led to its supersessions by the theory of the modern school. Apart from this fundamental weakness, the cost of production theory of the value of money exhibits one feature that was an easy target for criticism. While it certainly provides a theory of commodity money, even if only a formally correct one, it was unable to deal with the problem to credit money and fiat money. Nevertheless, it was a complete theory of money insofar as it did at least attempt to give a full explanation of the value of commodity money. The other similarly complete theory of the value of money is that version of the quantity theory associated with the name of diversity. According to this theory, all the things that are able to satisfy human wants are conventionally equated with on the monetary mental. From this sense, what is true of the whole is also true of its part. The exchange ratios between commodity units and units of money can be deduced. Here we are confronted with a hypothesis that is not in any way supported by fact. To demonstrate its untenability once more would nowadays be a waste of time. Nevertheless, it must not be overlooked that Da Vinci was the first who attempted to present the problem as a whole and provide a theory that would explain not merely the variations in an existing exchange ratio between money and other economic goods, but also the origins of this ratio. The same cannot be said of other versions of the quantity theory. This on